What's up, guys? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army. Back again after a long hiatus. I feel like this channel is almost like a erectile dysfunction. Like there's nothing going on for a little while, then you get a box of Viagra, and then all of a sudden it's activate launch sequence. And this is the Viagra right here. We got the Transformers Bumblebee Deluxe, I guess DLX Scale Collectible figure from ThreeA. It is an authentic Hasbro product. It is licensed, and if you don't already know why they license it out, because they're usually non-transformable versions of it, and this is one of those things. So if you don't like non-transformable Transformers, this may not be you, but stick around because it is an awesome figure, especially if you're a die-cast collector. This is awesome. It's one of the only reasons I got it. So while I'm showing you the box, which is just plain, it's got a little bit of a gritty look to it, I want to explain something why I got this. You guys know I'm not a fan of the movie or anything like that, and I recently saw an Optimus Prime, and I'm like, oh, this is what the movie Prime should look like, and it turns out it was the movie Prime. So then right away I realized that they were, you know, kind of going back to the G1 look in the movies, which was awesome. And anyway, long story short, I ended up getting this. And I'm looking forward to the Optimus Prime version of this, which is very G1 looking. So you can see this is not a toy, so do not buy this for kids unless you want them to break expensive figures. It does have a flip top, like a, what do you call it? A little flip top, or side flip. There's the inside. Get a nice thing going on. If I'm getting awkward with the movement of the box, it's because my normal space is really hot, so I'm using my daughter's room, and it's not necessarily any cooler here, so I don't want to make air conditioning noises. And here is the thing here, the main thing, the figure with the instruction booklets, which I don't think are laid out like that, like just thrown in the back, but I just have it that way when I put it away. So let's check out the figure. So let's get the boring stuff out of the way. Again, the stand, it has a nice stand. You guys know me, I don't like stands. I don't really use them unless I have to, like the robots in my living room that need to have stands so when kids run around they don't fall over. Yeah, it's got a stand, really nice looking and adjustable. You also get the warranty sheet, which is kind of cool to have warranties like on collectible figures. And of course the instruction manual. And I happen to be prepared with the LEDs. I know some reviewers were not prepared to get LEDs, but I take them out of all my figures when I store them, so I have a ton of them. Hopefully they didn't wear out, or I didn't leave them on since I was checking this out for myself. But the instruction booklet is really nice, and I'm like really excited about this figure, even though I've already checked it out, because it is nice to hold, it is nice to look at, and everybody compliments it. When I had it laying out, everybody's like, wow, this is pretty cool. It's got some nice weathering. What's cool is it does have a warning here. So it does pay to look at the instructions, even though I don't do that all the time, to let you know how to rotate this the right way so you don't end up scratching it. It tells you how to set up the base. It does have folded up doors and the non-folded up ones, and then it's got the exchangeable heads and the head lighting and functions. There's an N there, dude. Chest movements. Exchangeable right arm and stinger blaster, and arm and shoulder movements, and blah blah blah. Alright, let's check out the figure. Alright, so here is Bumblebee. Oh, I can't actually scroll down any further because I'm already scrolled down, so I'll use this panning thing here. I think out of all the like movie characters, this is the one that least looks like the G1. I think they had to do that because kids already are familiar with Bumblebee. They made that little goofy, weird face, but everybody else ended up looking cool. If you guys haven't seen it, check out the movies. You're going to love it. In the beginning, they show everybody in Cybertron. It was really awesome. I was so psyched. I was actually screaming in my living room, punching the air and stuff, like, yeah, like a maniac. But Bumblebee, they just made him like regular Bumblebee. At least you get to see why he can't talk. Actually, I should put these little things up. But he's the only one that really didn't look at it. But look at this figure. It's amazing. I don't know if you guys can just tell. Can I zoom? My camera doesn't like to zoom quick, so I'm going to do it really slow. But we'll get to the point right before it goes crazy, which is right around here. Oh, it's actually being good today. But check out the details. I gotta get a macro lens. I used to have that macro lens where I could go really close, guys. I'm sorry if I'm panning like not smoothly. I should have set this up a little bit better, but look at the metal look, and it's, well, there, it's starting to go blurry. The weathering, which is probably done with sponges and stuff, it's so, I guess it's got a wash to it. It's definitely got a wash, but it's got like almost like there's dust settled on it, which is really cool. You can see that. I don't know if they use a light misting of I was going to say hairspray. I meant airbrush. That's what happens when you don't talk in a review for a long time. Just look at that. Just looking at it looks awesome. You'll notice there's these two little holes here. We do want to peg in like the little doors. Sorry, my mouth is away from the microphone. I'm going to use these, and I'm probably going to leave these on. I will show you these folded up pieces, or should I show you one on? The reason I would, okay, whatever, let me just put these on and explain. But basically they do have metal pegs, and they're a pain in the butt to take out. So once I put this in there, it's going to be a little tough to just go back and forth. So just, you know, try and use your imagination of what that would look like, I guess. Or maybe I will do it, who knows. I always say I don't do it, and then I do it because I feel bad. But you do have to squeeze hard in the front, and I don't like to do that because the panels in the front move. See this? They move. I don't want to mess that up. But there he is. This is my favorite thing to put on his back, or whatever, the doors, because I love when Transformers have like those wings. It makes it look really cool. Why am I still zoomed in? Again, excellent looking figure. I have not even mentioned, even though it's the first thing you notice, not mention the weight, which by the way, it's a hefty figure. For the size, it's really hefty. Most of the weight is in the feet. A lot of die cast. If you're a die cast, you know, person, and are even a casual fan of Transformers, movie Transformers, because I'm not just a casual fan of Transformers, but for the movies, yeah, kind of don't buy a lot of the stuff, but the Bumblebee movies really got me psyched, which by the way was awesome because it had that 80s feel. I think Steven Spielberg was part of that or something. It had that vibe, like an 80s vibe, and I'm from the 80s. So I really enjoyed that. But anyway, getting back to this, the figure feels nice. We should probably take a look at articulation. You got the head, a lot of nice movement there. See that? And these little ear things, they move. You got to be really careful. I would hate to break one of those. So I'm going to leave them down for a sec. You got these little shoulder pieces, do have some slight movement. Is, well, actually more than slight. You can bring them out like that, give you more freedom to move. The arms, you'll see that movement right here, sort of blocking it, but you can see that, so it does give a nice amount of freedom. I feel like with this you have to always pay attention to make sure nothing's scratching. I'm sure they've done enough, you know, simulations on the computer to where, you know, they can avoid that, but still be careful. There is a warning in there after all. And then this, the way this moves, this will start hitting here, so you also want to be careful with that. I did notice there's an ab crunch, sort of, or where is it? Right there. I don't know if it's a crunch so much as it is like a side-to-side movement. Again, making sure to clear that. You got the waist, which spins right at the crotch, which is really cool. You can see the VW motor in there. A little belt here, the distributor and all that. And then these little side panels here, little skirts, you can move out of the way. And then you gotta like turn the leg this way to spin it up, because right here would hit. So I'm not really gonna do that. I don't need him to be kneeling or anything, even though that's a cool little thing. I know he likes to crouch a lot in the movie. I don't know if this will crouch, but I almost thought that it swiveled from here. Does it? Because there are, no, that's just a line. I thought it would maybe swivel from there, but it doesn't. The knees are really cool. There's a like a piston looking thing. Whoops, gotta be very careful when you move these things. Look at that. That's really awesome. It reminds me of a lot of the Gundam kits that can do that, where they mostly shift from here, but it's still reminiscent of something Gundam-y, I guess. So nice knee articulation there. Then you got the ankles, which are nice and tight. Nice and tight there. You got this little shield thing, which moves out of the way, exposing more detail. A lot of toys, when they have this thing moves out of the way, you see like an actual like toy joint. This is really cool because it doesn't look like a toy joint, it just looks like actual machinery in there. More die cast, and the details, amazing, these details. And they actually went crazy on the bottom of the feet, even though you're not really seeing that. And the nice little, I didn't even notice that little 3A logo, that's pretty cool. They just like, boop, there you go. The heels don't move, but the toes do. All right. I didn't show you the elbows, did I? Of course not. So first of all, you got the bicep swivel. You get the elbows. It looks like it would be ratcheted. It's got those little things. Does it ratchet? Because it's a double joint. No, they're not ratcheted, but they are double jointed, so you can probably get a nice little bend out of that. There's one. That's the one joint, and then there's a. Is there a second one? Maybe it is ratcheted. I can see. I don't know, guys. It looks like maybe it ratchets there. I can't get it to do it. I am 5 feet away from the toy, by the way, because of the camera, the way this setup is. So let's just try this one, maybe. Oh, that came off. Well, it's supposed to come off, I guess. But just trying to see for you guys what I can do here. I'm sorry I went off camera. So there is a double joint right there. That's one, right? And then you also have this one here. And finally, you have the wrist. It's just a, you know, standard little ball joint thingy. Very highly detailed hands. And why don't we check out the LED feature? If we move up, I forgot how this is. Oh yeah, it pops up like that. If we take a look, there's a button right here. And it's not a cheap design. I mean, like, there's a little circuit board. So it's not like a lot of like high-end Japanese figures. It's literally just like wires on two sides of like two little contacts, because they're trying to make it as small as possible. And they've actually managed to make this nice. It's got two sides where the positive and negative can get the juice flowing through there, and then the button there. So you just still got to be careful installing it. This piece actually comes out. I'm not going to take it out, but the piece actually does come out, so you can put the batteries in or just put them in that way, and then just install the head and the little Autobot logo. Let me try and get some light here away. The little logo, you just press in and you get the LEDs. You see that? That is awesome. And the blue is beautiful. It almost looks like those tail lights that have the LEDs, the little dots going around. Can't really tell on camera probably. You try and get in there. But it's like that. Just blurred out on the camera here. Right? Yeah, really cool looking. Now, since I told you guys I was going to show you the door maybe, and I didn't, so I'll make up for it by showing you the LED feature on the alternate head, the armored head, which looks like a bee. So just give me a moment. Let me get that ready. Told you I wasn't even going to show you that, but I guess because I have to change the batteries, we'll show you. But you got the little circuit board. It's held on two pieces here that are shrink wrapped so they don't short out on anything. It's a pretty simple thing. Little chipboard there, some little caps, and obviously the LEDs are on there. So everything's built into this thing, and the batteries just go in there. We're going to move it on to the other head, which also has its own separate chipset, which is awesome. So it's not like you're sharing from both. So you can actually have both heads light up if you wanted to. So I removed the head, which, by the way, the neck is die cast. Unbelievable. They really I never thought 3A would be like the company to make cool die cast stuff, which is why I pre-ordered all the other things. They look awesome, and they're probably just going to be, and they have a, like, whatever, the bigger scale. What is it? I don't know. There's a scale after this. There's a much bigger one that's like more than $400. I'm very tempted to get it, but I'm going to hold off for either maybe Blitzwing or Optimus Prime. I don't know if I want to get a big B. Who knows? Whatever. We'll see. Oh, that's not the right top for it. Here's the right top for it. Hopefully we can get this in here without any issues. Of course not. Alright, there we go. Oh, alright, so he's showing off his LED feature right away. Same thing, little movable antennas. What's cool is it's got like those segmented eyes, but it's still got the LEDs back there, which is awesome. They also light up blue. I wish they kind of lit up red. Do they light up red, or I forgot? Whatever. I gotta watch the movie again. But anyway, here they are, and looks awesome. Alright, so I broke down and I ended up showing you guys this. Anyway, the folded indoors, you don't fold these actual doors. That would have been cool, but probably would have a little bit more bulk to the hinges, and to make the hinges this small as they're shown here probably would make it really brittle, so it's a good thing they made it separate. And it was a little easier to take off. I think once you do a couple of pegs in there, it'll become easier. I'm digging the Volkswagen taillights, by the way. Nice little detail. There are no Volkswagen logos anywhere on here, so I guess that license was not moved over, and I guess there's not enough going on here to make it like enough for Volkswagen to be like, no, you can't have that likeness, even though it's very obviously a Volkswagen. Even non-Transformers people would know that. Did also want to show you the hands. Very nicely sculpted hands. They almost look like they could articulate, which is good. Even if they don't articulate, it's nice to make them look like they are, so they don't look too doofy. And then, of course, he's got a little rifle thing, so his actual hand does not transform into this. You have to actually unpeg the forearm to get this on there. Okay, so we'll do that. Once you have that unpegged, you can peg in the new arm. Hoping I'm still in camera here. Alright, and there you are. They did a nice little kind of bronze, kind of burnt airbrushing with super high details. I really wish I had that lens, guys. I'll get it again someday. But beautiful. And the way the hands look right here, that's really cool. Like, it's like his hands are like laid out and this thing just grew out of his forearm, which is pretty cool. I do want to get him back to the regular head so I can finish off the review. We're pretty much done over here. I do want to let you guys know, if you're interested in buying one of these, you can click the link in the description below for BBTS. That's where I got mine. All right, we're going to put the head back on. Alright, that's it. I think we're pretty much done with the review. I like the packaging, which is always a good thing to see before you open something. Once you finally get in. Oh, I'm sorry guys. It's not finished. Hope you guys didn't leave because I said I'm pretty much done. I want to show you the stand. I'm going to do that for you guys. I can't be lazy since I haven't done anything in a little while. I'm going to actually unpack this stand. And I'm going to show you the stand. Boom. We got a stand here. The stand, you know what would have been cool if they did like a paint job on this with a wash. Then it would really match up nice with the figure, but they haven't done that. Alright, so let me try and get this done because my daughter just showed up and she wants to use her room. So we got this right here. It's almost like a gun. Cha, 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 cha. We got the swivel piece here. Can you tighten this? Is that the point? Might have to tighten it here, whatever position you're going to put it in. So I don't know why it's so loose. And it just tabs in. I hope it's not no, it's not permanent. Alright, so I can still put it away because I need to put it away. And where is it going to clip on? What is this? Is there something that comes off of this dude? Ah, it's the old butt panel. All these toys like getting stuff stuck in their butt. I think the majority of things that I own, like robots and stuff, everything gets plugged into their butts. Is that true or is that not true? Everything's crotches and butts. Unbelievable. People think I'm weird. Alright, so this plugs in right there, and then this moves. Well, I guess you don't need to tighten it down there. I don't know. Oh, there's a little ratchet thing. That's why you don't need to tighten. Alright, so just ignore me because some stands do have you do that, tighten it. Just a little piece that you move wherever it's going to be, and then this little piece here, how does that move? Oh, you gotta pop it out. It is ratcheted, so don't spin it. I would not ratchet that. I'd just rather pull it out and put it where it needs to be. And it's kind of cool. I think it'll support the weight of this bot. There you are. Yeah, it will support the weight, and you can... I'm not going to pose it, guys, like in a flying mode or anything like that, but you can see he's not even touching the stand. He's just being held. That's how sturdy this stand is. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. Everybody else is coming in and making some noise, so I don't want that to be in the video, so I will have to wrap it up. If you want to get one of these again, BBTS link is in the description below. And I'm sorry for saying the F word. I didn't mean it. I tried to say function. And that's it, guys. Stay tuned. I got an awesome, awesome robot coming up. It's huge, it's heavy, and it's probably toy of the year for me. So stay tuned for that, guys. And until next time, bye-bye.